I hope you guys are having a nice weekend. So the next thing we're going to learn is how to solve a system of equations graphically. So here's our system. Our first equation is a quadratic equation, and our second equation is a linear equation. So that's the first thing you should be able to do is identify the two equations, two types. Remember the square? That's the degree of the polynomial. That's the largest exponent, so that means we have a quadratic. The degree of this one is a 1, so that means it's linear. So graphing these, we're going to go ahead and start. I'm going to go ahead and grab my pencil here, and we're going to graph this quadratic. So the parameter changes say to translate the graph 1 unit to the left and 4 units down. So starting at 0, 0, where the parent starts, 1 to the left and 4 down. So there's our vertex. Remember, this is vertex form. Vertex is -1, -4. Next, we're going to apply the a value. So going over to the right 1 unit, applying the a value, it's positive, so we go up 2. And since it's symmetrical, we're going to go to the left 1 unit and up 2. Now I'm going to go ahead and go 2 units to the right. So on the parent, you would square 2 and get 4. But since we have a vertical stretch of 2, we're going to have to multiply that 4 times 2. So we're going to have 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And it's going to be the same way on the other side. So left 2 and up 8. And now we're going to make a U. Some of you are still in the habit of making V's. V's are for square root functions. And this is not a square root function. This is a quadratic function, and it makes a parabola. Parabola. All right. I'm not drawing very well. I apologize for that. But you get the idea. Next, we're going to graph our linear equation, starting off with our y-intercept, and then graphing our slope. So we're going to put that into rise over run. So from our y-intercept, or our starting point, we rise 2, run 1. And to go the other direction, we're going to go down 2, left 1. Grabbing a straight edge. You know, it would probably be wise for you if you possibly could buy yourself some graphing paper, a graphing notebook. It's very helpful, especially when you're taking notes. But if you're doing this on regular paper, you're going to have to put tick marks and try to make them nice and equally spaced, so that way everything lines up. So the question is, what are the solutions we're solving? So remember, when you solve a system, it's where what points do they have in common? So in this case, they have this point in common, and they have this point in common, the two equations. So our first solution is going to be 1, 4. And our other solution point is going to be -2, -2. Okay? Now, will there always be two solutions? No. Let's take a look at an example where there's not two solutions. So I'm going to go ahead and use the same equation. And I'm going to change my linear one. Same slope. I'm going to go ahead and move it down. So if I had this as a system, so again, this would give us that original parabola. And then this one, our starting point is at -5. Okay, applying the slope of 2, so rise 2, run 1, rise 2, run 1, and going the other direction, down 2, left 1. So notice that do these two equations intersect anywhere? They don't. So this answer would be no solution. So something for you to ponder for class on Monday. I would like you to write an equation. So you're going to write an equation of a line that would have only one solution that goes with this parabola right here. This parabola right here. Write an equation of a line that would have only one solution with this parabola right here. Okay? See you guys on Monday.